Hey everyone, it's the final round and my name is Jordan. This is a channel where the episodes come out the day before the lines drop. I do research for the next day's games. It should be the day of for you when you watch it. And I compile it into a video for you to try to help you with your prop picks. If you would like to discuss the lines, I have a Discord. The link is in the description. There's discussion that goes on all day long. The community keeps growing. Smart people bringing their research, different perspectives, and I think it'd be great if you joined and brought your perspective to help us make better plays. I don't charge for any of this. I don't think you should pay for something if you don't know if it's going to work yet or not. It's us against the bookies. When you have people charging premiums against each other, it's like we're fighting each other when the bigger enemy, if you want to call them, is the bookies. So I think it should just be us against the bookies, and we shouldn't be charging each other. But if you do well with this information and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and a Venmo in the description, and you can donate to the channel. Thank you to everyone who has donated. I very much appreciate it, and it helps keep me motivated, keep me going. And I am partnered with an app called JOCKMKT. Use promo code FINALROUND11 and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. It's another player prop app, and it's good to have multiple apps where you can compare the lines. And some people have told me that they find better lines on JOCKMKT. They find different plays on JOCKMKT, and it's good to have that variety. So use FINALROUND11 to get that $100. And I have 8 picks for you guys. We're in that time of the year where teams are tanking, teams are fighting for the playoffs, and we have teams who are settling into their playoff spots, and it's getting kind of messy. There's a lot of blowouts. It's going to be difficult to predict, but we're going to do the best we can with the information we have. First pick, he is questionable. It's Tyrese Halliburton up against the Mavericks. The Mavericks give up the most assists to the point guard position. Halliburton just came back. He played great. He's always been a great passer. Over his last 10 games, he's averaging 25 points and 12 assists. So if he plays, this is a great spot for assist. And if his points line looks good, you can try to fit that in there as well. On February 28th, he played the Mavericks and he got 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. So great spot for Tyrese Halliburton. Second pick is going to be Luka Doncic. I had to fit him in here. The Pacers give up the second most points overall to teams over the past month. And they also give up the third most assists overall to teams. And Luka Doncic is pretty much the team for the Mavericks. They lost 4 in a row. They have now fallen out of a play-in game. They're a half a game out. So Luka Doncic, he just dropped 40 points. I have a feeling he's going to do everything he can in his power to try to win this game. So over his last 10 games, he's been averaging around 31.5 points, 8.5 assists, and on that game on February 28th, he dropped 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. So third pick, we have the Knicks against the Rockets. Rockets are a tanking team. They're kind of solidified into that bottom 3 spot. They just played the Cavaliers. It ended up being a blowout. They kind of fought a little bit. But I see Jalen Brunson is questionable. If he comes back, I like Jalen Brunson. But for now, I like Emmanuel Quickley. The Rockets give up the most points and the 8th most assists to the shooting guard position. They give a lot to the point guard position. It doesn't matter which one he ends up playing. And over his last 10 games, he's averaging 18 points and 4.2 assists. So if Jalen Brunson comes back and quickly gets a line and it seems kind of low under this 18 points, because he's been scoring well even with Brunson in the lineup, you could take a look at Quickly's props and he could be a good play for points. He's always a good scorer. Which leads me to my fourth pick. I just watched the Cavaliers-Rockets game. The guards, they missed about half their shots, but the big guys, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, they didn't have any resistance at all. They barely missed any shots between the two of them. The Rockets just didn't seem to care to stop the big guys. So I like Julius Randle against the Rockets. The Rockets are giving up the 5th most points overall to teams, and Randle over his last 10 games has 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And on December 31st, he played against the Rockets and he dropped 35 points, had 12 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson wasn't there, most likely, so rebounds is probably going to be a little bit lower for him. And he had 6 assists, so definitely a good spot for him to score if the Rockets aren't going to care and just let these guys, especially the big men, just get layups. So since we're at a halfway point, I want to ask you guys if you can like the video. 50% of you guys who watch have not subscribed, so if you could, just take a little bit of time and press that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate it. And if you have a little bit of extra time, can you leave a comment for the algorithm? Any comment helps. An emoji, a letter, you can say hello, bye, you can ask me a question, and I'll do my best to answer it. Anything helps, and it gets it out there to more people. So thank you for the people who comment, subscribe, and like and everything. So 5th pick, this is an interesting game. The Blazers give up the most points overall to teams over the last month. And you have a team, the Pelicans, who just came from a blowout where CJ McCollum played great, Trey Murphy played great, Ingram played great, and Valanciunas played great. They all scored well. And I have a feeling this is going to be a spot where you can get a lot of overs. So I'm going to point out Jonas Valanciunas. The Blazers are giving up the 3rd most points and the 8th most rebounds to the center position. And Valanciunas, over his last 5 games, he's been getting around 30 minutes. Before that, he wasn't getting around 30 minutes. And he's been averaging 20 points and 15 rebounds. So I like him as long as he doesn't get in foul trouble in this game, which leads to my 6th pick, Brandon Ingram. In a game against a team who's giving up the most points, you want the guy who's taking the most shots. And over his last 10 games, he's averaging 26.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. And on March 1st, he dropped 40 points on them, got 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. So also take a look at Trey Murphy and CJ McCollum. I could make them extra picks, but then I would just be taking their whole roster, and you know, I want to fit in some other guys. You could basically call this a 10-pick video. The Blazers are just, they're not trying right now. So my official 7th pick is going to be Coby White. I really like the way he's been playing coming off the bench for the Bulls. Kind of been quiet. People haven't been talking about him. But the Clippers give up the 5th most points. Over his last 5 games, he's averaging 16 points and 5 assists. So keep an eye out for some Coby White lines. You might be able to find a really low line, and it's a sneaky play. And 8th pick's definitely not a sneaky play. Devin Booker up against the Jazz. The Jazz give up the 4th most points, 2nd most rebounds, and they're giving up the 2nd most 3-pointers to the shooting guard position. And Devin Booker's been averaging 33 points, 4.5 rebounds, and he's been making 1.8 3-pointers, so almost 2 3-pointers a game over his last 10 games. So that is my 8 picks. Something happened with that last video for Sunday. The algorithm was very kind and sent it to a lot of you guys, which I appreciate, which I'm going to send them the message out that I like to do once a week. If you've been betting and you feel like you're depositing every single day and you're losing and depositing more, and it's getting to the point where you may be hurting your finances, your family, your rent, you shouldn't be betting to try to make your rent. And I have an email, it's in the description. If you need someone to talk to, I have people reach out to me just to vent because they don't want to tell, you know, their partner that they're with, or, you know, a friend that they're doing this. So I'm just a guy on the internet that you can just vent to and talk about it, and try to help you, because it can be an addiction, a sickness almost, to where you feel like I need one more and I can pay my rent, or I need to hit this, so I'm gonna deposit more. People will fill up their credit cards and stuff like that, and it really hurts them financially. So not only do I want to help you guys with your props, I would like to help you in life. So if you are having that problem, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to talk to you and see if we can, talk together and figure something out. So with that, God bless you all. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye.